The bus was crowded, loud, and running late. Everyone looked tired, lost in their own worries. That's when a small, ordinary moment happened, so quiet that most people missed it. A single dad stood up and offered his seat to a woman he didn't know. He thought nothing of it. He had no idea that this one simple act of kindness would change his life forever. Sometimes, the biggest miracles don't come with warning signs. They come disguised as small choices. Choices we make when no one is watching. Choices that test who we really are. Before the story begins, take a second to support the channel. If you enjoy stories that remind us of humanity, kindness, and hope, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is Kindness World, where small acts lead to big changes. Mark hadn't slept well in weeks. Being a single dad wasn't something he ever planned, but life had handed him that role without asking. His wife had passed away 2 years earlier, leaving him alone with their 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Since then, every day felt like a balancing act between work, parenting, and grief. That morning, Mark had dropped Lily off at school before heading to his job at a small hardware store. Money was tight. The rent was overdue. His old car had broken down, which is why he was on the bus instead of driving. He stood near the back, holding onto a metal pole, his mind heavy with worries he couldn't afford to fix. At the next stop, a woman stepped onto the bus. She looked well-dressed, but tired, like someone who carried responsibility quietly. The bus jolted forward, and she almost lost her balance. Mark noticed right away. Without thinking, he stepped forward and said gently, "Please, take my seat." The woman hesitated. "Are you sure?" she asked. Mark smiled. "Yeah, I'll be fine." She thanked him and sat down. Mark moved back, standing again, his feet already aching. He didn't expect anything in return. He didn't want praise. He was just raised to believe that if you could help someone, you should. A few minutes later, the bus hit traffic and came to a long stop. The woman looked up at Mark again. "Long day?" she asked that. He nodded. "Feels like they all are. Lately." They talked softly over the hum of the bus. Mark mentioned his daughter, his job, and how life hadn't turned out the way he imagined, but he was trying his best. The woman listened carefully, not interrupting, not judging. When Mark reached his stop, he gave a polite nod and stepped off the bus. He assumed that was the end of it, but life had other plans. Later that afternoon, Mark's manager called him into the office. Mark's heart sank. He thought maybe this was it. Maybe he was about to lose the only job keeping him afloat. Instead, his manager looked confused and said, "Mark, did you talk to a woman on the bus this morning?" Mark blinked. Yeah. Why?" The manager cleared his throat. "That woman owns this company, and about 15 others. She's one of the biggest investors in the city." Mark felt his stomach drop. "She came in an hour ago," the manager continued, "and told me everything. She said you're hardworking, honest, and kind. She asked why someone like you was struggling so much." Mark didn't know what to say. Then the manager smiled. "You're getting a promotion, full-time benefits, and she personally covered your overdue rent." Mark's eyes filled with tears. He had given up a seat. That was it. No plan, no expectation, just kindness. But the story didn't end there. A week later, Mark received a letter. Inside was a handwritten note from the woman. She wrote about how that morning she had been overwhelmed, dealing with stress from business and life. She said his kindness reminded her of her late father, who taught her never to ignore people who do good when no one is watching. Along with the note was an offer, not just a job upgrade, but a chance to train for management, a chance for stability, a chance for hope. That night, Mark hugged Lily tighter than usual. When she asked why he was smiling so much, he said, "Because being kind still matters." Months passed. Mark's life didn't become perfect overnight, but it became lighter. He paid bills on time. He fixed his car. He started showing up to Lily's school events without the weight of fear in his chest. One evening, while riding the same bus, Mark saw a tired man standing with grocery bags. Without hesitation, Mark stood up and offered his seat. The man looked surprised. "Thanks," he said. Mark smiled, just like before. No expectations, just kindness.